Hello, everyone. I'm going to give you guys a quick brief on my newest drop, my newest multi-kit release, Blur. Super excited to release this for you guys. Easily my biggest multi-kit and my best kit that I've dropped to date. And I'm going to show you why, sound demo some of the things, and tell you a little bit more about why it's so special. Alright, so first, let's just start off with some demos of a couple things you can make with it. These are all purely made with Blur elements, and yeah, this is what you can make. So you got some dark trap stuff in there for sure. You got some cool ambient glitchy stuff that I can show you as well. There's more you can make, man. There's so many elements in this kit. There's really no limit to what kind of stuff you can make. Like, you can go from that to this too. Like what? You get the point. Alright, so why is this kit so special? First off, what do you get inside of this kit? As you can see, you got at least 60 in here. I know there's a couple like duplicates because my thing is a bit buggy, but it still totals up to I think around 61 presets. First 50 buyers get 15 extra presets. So first off, this kit was mainly created using my Polybrute 6 as well as my hologram microcosm guitar pedal. And the reason that I think this is so special is because Arturia created this Polybrute 6, and there's a lot of, it's a very expressive synth. And what do I mean by that? There are a lot of ways to modulate the sounds that you're using and that you're creating to make something completely unique. And this goes for one shots, like mainly is the highlight is what I'm talking about. But let's just take the default patch of the Polybrute 6, and this is the interface that you guys are seeing right now. Like, they have a virtual interface so you guys can see exactly what's going on while I explain this. Alright, so we have the default sound. Cool, whatever, right? But the highlight of this feature is what really makes this kit special, is this little morph knob over here. So typically when plugins morph, they usually use like a fade in and out of volume to switch between the two presets, or basically just swap over instantaneously from one preset to another. And the morph, let me explain that the morph, basically every preset in here has two different sounds, right? So we have the A section over here on the left, and we have the B section, right? So let's play that first sound. All right, that's the A section. Let's go to B. Different, right? But the cool part that I want you guys to look at is notice how when I press morph, every knob in here changes over time. It doesn't just instantly flip. It's not volume fading in and out between the two presets. It's actually calculating and changing and twisting and turning every knob that needs to be turned to get to that second sound. So I'm going to do it slowly this time and just listen. But for this preset, you can see that we're changing not only the knobs, but we're changing the sliders as well. And they all change and twist and turn to actually morph into the new preset. Now, why is that important? Because I did that with almost all of these one-shots. Not only did I morph them, but I would morph them and tweak other presets. So you don't have to have this expensive synthesizer. You don't have to have none of that. You get the flat out sounds from this raw, powerful synth. Not only do you get those raw, powerful sounds, but you get the morphing quality, the morphing capability, as well as the expressiveness. So these one-shots aren't any ordinary one-shots. You know what I'm saying? You get 100 of these, by the way. Early birds get 100 one-shots. Wonderful. We'll come back to those. We were talking about Analog Lab. So basically, we took the one-shots that were morphed and expressified, and we threw them into Pigments, which is Analog Lab's debatably strongest synthesizer. We used it to make multi-keys, some of the coolest tools to like just texturize and make your sounds really cool. So basically, anytime that you press a note, it's going to be a different sound, and you can always come in here and turn off some or turn down some, but I don't think that you need to do that. I think these are amazing tools for just finding really cool textures, and we have other things as well. Like, we have a few presets that are from some of my favorite Arturia synths that are not from Pigments. So very cool stuff. We got it all. I'm trying to tell you, this kit is by far the craziest kit. Drum loops, we got 15, very solid, and they are also automatically stretched, so you can use them at whatever BPM you need to. You don't have to worry about not being able to use any of them. Just some very unique stuff to like get your creative flow going. That. Plenty of stuff to get your creativity going, but let's move on to what I was wanting to talk about the most, which is going to be the phrase section. Man, oh man. So as you can see, some of these are labeled pedals, and those are the phrases that I ran through the hologram microcosms. Like I said, you can always just stretch these or you can just change the BPM because they'll change for you. Do you hear those textures though? No, like that shit is nutty. Move, bitch. Just crazy. the pedal effects. So these were mainly used with mainly created with just the Polyroot and exploring their expressive formats. And by that I mean this cool Morphe pad right here. You can basically run your finger along it. Why did I say it like that? Yo, you can run your finger on it, and it's going to basically do what the morph knob is doing. As you can see, like when I change the morph knob, you see how it's like dragging this cursor on the Morphe down here. It's going like kind of diagonal, so it's going up to the right, down to the left. That is also doing the same thing as the morph section, but you can also press down on the Morphe pad, and then you can also use a mod wheel and a pitch wheel, and then we have a ribbon here in the middle, wood indentation here, and basically you can assign different functionalities to each of these. This is actually from Aftertouch, so that's another expressive form that this synth has, is you can just press harder on the keys and it will do these cool little modulations, and you can assign that to different things. But this is a example of the Aftertouch. Just I'm telling you, this is one of the more expressive synths. Shout out Arturia, they didn't send it, but if they want to send me their other one with 12 voices, hip fire. All right, so this is the next phrase that is not ran through a pedal. Here a bit of morphing going on, and obviously some of the filtering. I love that phrase. That's just a hard effects guitar, but I'm telling you, you could do whatever to this. I'm trying to tell you, this shit is crazy. All right, so let's just go ahead and grab just like a random few. You also don't ever have to stay at this length. If you want to just change the length of something, you can. So as you can see, guys, that fast, that quickly, that easily, you can just create a whole beat literally within the matter of a few minutes. And this is only a few of the many elements in here. We didn't even go over the one shots. There's just too much to go over. My bad. Alright, I'm just gonna drag in a few random ones, and here are a few of the one shots. I mean, you can clearly hear the modulation going on. Like, each one is just a one of one. And yeah, so those are just a few random ones. Like I said, you get 100, so a lot to work with. But yeah, let's just like play a few chords with some of these and see how it sounds. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah, really cool. I mean, I think it's awesome because a lot of these I tried to make a bit longer so that way these morphing and modulations would sound different at higher notes, because obviously at higher notes these one shots play a bit faster. So I wanted to make sure that they were all long enough and that they also had some type of cool articulation at the end to kind of highlight the expressiveness. I'm telling you, you can go crazy on any of these. Make sure you're one of the early birds so you can get the whole kit and you can get it at a cheaper price, because this price will default to $59 as soon as 50 buyers cop. So make sure you're one of the first ones. And yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one.